We're here at RSNA 2016 with Dr. Templeton from Reads4Rads. Welcome.
Thank you, John. Pleasure.
So your mission at Reads4Rads is to democratize radiology. What do you mean by that?
Exactly. We believe that our platform, which is quite unique, will allow access for people worldwide to get the best diagnostic opinions on their imaging cases, whether they be patients, radiologists that want assistance, education, and at the same time we offer the opportunity to the radiologists to participate in their own entrepreneurial way in being on the platform.
Interesting. So if I'm a radiologist, I can go to reads4rad.com and just sign up and start reading? Is that the process?
Process is a little more than just that, but yes, you can go to the website live right now and you could sign up either as a reader or as a sender. And if you're a reader, the process is a little more arduous because we have to collect a lot of information in something we call Rad Passport. But the good news is we collect it once and then can reuse it multiple times. We have to do primary source verification to make sure that everything matches and is legal and appropriate. And then you would register with the system and be able to start seeing cases.
Interesting. So will this replace the radiologist? Or, I mean, I think that would be their fear. Like, okay, kind of like, Uber is replacing taxis in some way, or is it supplemental to radiologists?
Yeah, I think both for radiologists, whether they're individuals or in practices, this is really here to help them. So if you're a practice and you might experience growth, but you don't want to hire a full-term person, then we can supplement the ebb and flows of your workflow with some high-quality subspecialist interpretation. If you're a hospital and you're trying to grow services and the radiology group maybe doesn't provide some of the unique new things that are happening today, and we can help the group in the hospital offer those services, or the imaging center offer those services, we can help them grow their business. We'll never replace them.
Interesting. And I love that. It's almost like the holiday surge, right? They have all the holiday hiring. We need some of that in radiology when maybe there's a surge in radiology reads that need to be done, but you don't want to staff up or can't staff up that quickly.
Exactly. This gives a very flexible model. So basically, if you have people out sick, if you have people on vacation, maybe you have one specialist in the group that does neuroradiology and they're away on vacation or at a meeting or sick. How do you provide that same standard of care to the patients and the referring doctors during that absence? That's where we can step in and fill in. Or sudden surges in workflow, like you say, happen all the time. It's unpredictable day to day what you'll have. So we can deal with the overflow, the after hours flow, whatever the requirements might be.
Interesting. It's really unique. So what's the business model look like for, say, a radiologist, but also for an imaging center or health system that wants to use Reads4Rads?
So we have this platform, which is fairly unique. And why I say that is it's very comprehensive. We have a fundamental reporting and visualization engine at the core, but built around it are a whole host of services. And so one of those things would be for the radiologist to specify, I am this type of subspecialist, I want to do this type of reading. It could be final read interpretations, it could be educational consults service that we call Rad Professor, it could be patient second opinions, it could be peer review for a practice, over-reading their cases just for quality purposes. It could even be medical legal services. So there's a whole menu of options for the radiologist to say, I'd like to do this, maybe not this, and my specialty is this or these two things. Those are the kind of cases I'd like to see. And then once they're signed up, we basically take the credit card information from the radiologist, we take the credit card information from the practice, and we have a payment gateway that basically accepts that money and then distributes it out. For the hospital or imaging center, they just may have a need, for example, to cover more hours or need to start a new service. Maybe they don't have anyone to do CT colonoscopy and they have doctors that want to send patients to them. They can sign up, tell us what it is that they need, and once it hits our platform, the proper subspecialist will be connected to them. If it's final interpretations, We have a process to go through called credentialing for the payers and privileging if it's a hospital, but we've also built those services into the platform as well to try to make this as easy a one-stop shop for the whole business of radiology that needs to happen.
That's great that you're doing the credentialing, and kind of goes into what my concern might be, and probably some of the other imaging centers or health systems, is how do you ensure the quality of the radiologists that are reading on your platform? You know, because if I hire someone, I've done a background check, I've interviewed them, I have this trust relationship, I've trained them, I made sure they get the CMEs, all of those things. How do you ensure that type of quality on the Read4Rads platform?
Sure. So we have really several levels of that. The first is collecting the basic information to verify their actual credentials and who they are. And then our initial push is to develop this large academic network of subspecialists. So these are highly trained, university-based specialists that spend their days, day in and day out, doing nothing but that particular field, teaching, writing, researching, and consulting with the specialists in that area. So that's a pretty high standard to start with, but on the same time, we will use, if it's an academic department, both their internal quality processes, so that because they have a review process for all their doctors, and this will be part of that review process. If it's individual radiologists, we will on our platform have other radiologists quality review those studies. But we have some other innovative ways to do this that are more contemporary, I think you would say, in today's environment. Just like if you go to a restaurant and you find the food is fantastic and you tell your friends, you rate it. Well, you have the ability here to rate the radiologist as well. And you also have the ability to create your favorite or a panel of favorites, such that when you send a case in, you prefer that this person gets it first. If they're not available, the next person gets it. Or if they're not available, then at least the appropriate subspecialist gets it. So there are kind of multiple levels of quality check here.
That's great. It sounds like you're working on a pretty disruptive model, one that I think a lot of radiologists will enjoy. It makes them almost more entrepreneurial as opposed to just working for the man, as many would describe. So where can people go to learn about more?
Sure. I think you're right, first of all, and this gives them the opportunity to sort of be an entrepreneur on their own, because they could do this not only during the day, but at night, a weekend, on vacation, whenever they really want to supplement their income. Just come to ReadsforRads.com. And you can sign up as a radiologist or as an imaging center or even as a patient or caregiver who wants a second opinion.
Excellent. Well, we'll be watching that, especially as a patient. I might have to try it out myself. Thanks so much for your discussion. If you want to find more great healthcare IT content, check it out at healthcarescene.com.